Hey, get back.
No way, Jose.
H.O.G Podcast. What it do, man? It's your girl, Lil Chad. Yay.
Hey, 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 get back.
No way, Jose.
Grind hard for the culture they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, 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 yeah, discrimination and hating got put through all that. Big dog, CEO.
So me $1,000 worth of work. That mean them feet was busted.
That was our women, break that then call hoes. How I'm done, my ancestor taught your child to read. Not to mention all the resources we created. Why they didn't want to see black families together? Would it be too strong with two parents at home? Young nigga better listen to this pimpin'. Don't you ever let the police get you slippin'. Fuck playing with guns, educate yourself. Now lead your son. You gon' treat your lady right if you respect your mom. Otherwise treat the opposition how it comes. You're only a slave if you think you one, nigga, yeah. Grind hard for the culture they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, black, cheddar. A king from the south. I had a dream like Martin, I hope I live it out. Black on black crime, it's a new time. It ain't just the opposite, I gotta watch mine. They smile in your face, yeah. What's up with the world? Welcome to another episode of the H.O.G Podcast show. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm your host, Chad.
Your boy CEO.Gatti. What's happening?
For sure. Now, y'all know what we got to do before we get into this hot content. We got to keep it sprayed up.
Papered up.
Fold up, man.
You did the real way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is delay.
Yeah.
Man, this is delay.
Hey. Definitely on delay, but man, shout out to the house and the Hogans, man. Tonight we gonna be talking about the reality in marriage, you know what I'm saying? So tap in, share this joint to a friend, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the married folks in the building, the seasoned people in the building, and even people that's in relationships, you know what I'm saying? That's trying to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in, let's have some fun, some good conversation about this, man. It ain't a bashing. This ain't a bashing episode, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be transparent about it, you know what I'm saying? Reality in marriage. That's crazy. It's a heavy deal, right? The reality of marriage, right? Yeah. I put in on the other flyer though that I posted on TikTok, so I'm live on there too. So either way, you know, they coincide with each other, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive into it, you know. The reality in marriage, it ain't in marriage, it ain't always, you know, pretty. It ain't always, you know, everything flowing and ain't no wrinkles, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of things. I'm talking about to the point to where, hey, you might see a beautiful couple in front of a palm tree and some blue water and don't even know they just tow each other down in the room with words before they came out there. You see what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? They got the courage to fight through it and stick through it and, you know, make it through it. You know, I think a lot of people, to start this conversation off, I want to do it this way because, you know, I don't think a lot of people understand that, like, the natural part of the reality in marriage and then the spiritual part, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we apply the natural part because, you know, we human beings, you know, we guys that just, hey, this how it's supposed to go and this and that. But then we need to be able to reference the law of what, marriage really represent from a spiritual level to apply to our life. So we're gonna get into that tonight, man. What y'all feel about
So you started it how you want to start it. I want to start it how I want to start it.
Yeah, go shoot it.
Because I want to
What's up,
preface
TikTok?
everything I say by this statement right here. Marriage ain't for you weak, finicky, coward motherfucker.
Show ain't.
Yeah.
Show ain't.
You might well stay girlfriend and boyfriend. But this marriage shit is different. It's gonna test you in ways you ain't know you could be tested.
Right. But speaking on that though, like like you said, you got to be strong for sure. And like one of the main things of being strong within it, if a nigga ain't got no spiritual connection, I ain't gonna lie, you probably gonna fail in the marriage because when you look at what you supposed to do in your role, you know what I'm saying? Like from a biblical level, from like how God ordained it, not what we want to do on our own type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's ways that a man's supposed to act as the husband and carry himself and handle things is just as well as his ways that the woman's supposed to act as well. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, females and males, they use it to their advantage, what they want to take from it, and then justify everything else behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I think this conversation can kind of pull couples away from being like that and really like diving deep into like the spiritual side of what it really means, because we act in it like this conversation is in a natural, we having a natural conversation. We here in the atmosphere, but it's a way that God look at things and how we treat from tones and everything, like triggering tones, how you talk to your mate. You know what I'm saying? How you uplift them or don't uplift them. It's many different elements to, make it something healthy. You know what I'm saying? And it's on both sides though. So for me, what you feel about it, guy?
Marriage ain't shit.
And why you say that?
Nah, I'm fucking with y'all.
You about to be on your own right there.
Did not agree to that. You're me.
How long, bro? Yes, bro. What we doing?
What you say?
You got to introduce your guest.
Oh yeah, you gotta introduce yourself. What name you want to be called?
Shit, man. Greetings and prosperity. This is Savage, man. I'm Savage. Everybody knows me as Savage. I'm Savage by nature, born this way. Sav, for short. Sav.
For sure. Welcome to the show, Sav.
Yeah, bless prosperity to y'all and y'all peoples.
For sure. Yeah, but what you were saying though, continuing, God?
Yeah, it did, boy. It depends on who you choose. You can be the best representation of whatever, how you was raised and God and all of this stuff, but man.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that part. Depend on how you choose, because I think that's a conversation I was just mentioning to my
You damn near gotta be married before you get married, so you know what's going on.
man.
Hey, there's a lot of truth in that statement, man. There's a lot of truth in that statement, but that's also a setup, dog. Like that's just a setup, right? Because, for example, in personal experience, right? I'm on marriage number 2, just so y'all know. I'm on marriage number 2, right? This guy recently got married, you know. I'm in like 6 months. Thank you. She's beautiful. She gets on my nerves, but she's beautiful. She's bonkers, but she's worth it, you dig? So the realities of marriage, man, it's not always gonna be fucking nice and wonderful and peaceful and joyful and joyous. Nah, sometimes that shit is hell on earth. And the strongest survive. You just gotta withstand and look to brighter days and find the silver linings and the outline of the sun on the horizon. You feel me? Like We all going through the same shit every day. Excuse my language. I got that drink in me. We going through the same shit. Every last one of us are going through the same fucking shit every single day, trying to make it a way, trying to make a way to make it a way that makes us happy. And at the end of the day, if we can find a way to do that shit to a 10% or even a 30% level on a daily basis, man, everybody's fucking winning, dog. Like, it's ego, it's pride, it's perception, it's opinion, it's culture, it's home bringing, all coming together to try to be a union and withstand the test of fucking time. Like, you're bound to have some fucking you're bound to have ups and downs. Is
So look, I give a little pointer. Somebody echoing though, but I give a little pointer on like basically like when it comes to the man that find that the wife is find a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what the words say. You know what I'm saying? So with having a son and going through what I done went through to be able to become a husband and stuff like that, the dating, everything in between, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of time us as young men, we have to understand that in order, if you're considering to make a chick yo forever, you need to meet like the root of her, you know what I'm saying? So that means like her great grandmama or her mom's mom and her mom, so you can know what you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? You can know you can kind of like access them defects earlier and then decide that, hey, either I'm gonna tolerate this or I can't tolerate this. This is what we need to work on, you know what I'm saying, before you commit to that person, or even in just a relationship type thing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's definitely a key point of young men and females too. You got to meet the dude that you need to meet his daddy and his daddy so you can understand like trauma and all this different type of stuff that come with the people that we end up with or date, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us dealing with stuff that individuals ain't fixed on their own. It might be rape, it might be a lot of different things that come with the family, the trauma stuff like this. So I would consider it trauma bonding in some sense, you know what I'm saying, when we do it and we don't take them steps before we do it, you know what I'm saying? And that's easier said than done too. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't think like this. Sometimes you be so deep in their light that you will surpass a lot of things. You'll look past a lot of stuff just for a feeling or emotion. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but so, man, what y'all feel about spouse saving truth to save feelings? Like, say for instance, like, men, we kind of vocal with how we feel, whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? Like we gonna speak like, hey, it ain't this or it ain't that. Like in that moment, females sometimes they can hold on to that and don't express that today in the angry mindset. So how y'all feel about that? How do you deal with that as a husband, a committed boyfriend, or whatnot?
Tread lightly.
That boy took a breathe.
Tread lightly and come into it with the understanding that approach the situation in the way that wouldn't offend you if someone was to approach you with it. Approach it like try to see things from so many different perspectives before you actually speak it out, that when you actually do speak it out, you can't surprisingly affect your mate from an angle that you have not considered,
Yeah.
You gotta look at that shit from all sides, even if that puts you in the bad light at one point in time, because we are all imperfect. None of us were without fault. So even if you got in that moment to have to smell your own shit per se and realize that, hey, you might be the one sneaking up the room in the moment, you gotta see that. You gotta take it in. You gotta accept it and realize that you might be at fault. You might have to figure out a way to readjust your standpoint or adjust your perception to bring yourself out of fault or to adjust and make a compromise. In my opinion, marriage means compromise. Without it, there is no marriage. There is no progression. There is no way forward without compromise.
Man. Understanding is a part of commitment, you know what I'm saying? Or should be, you know what I mean? And like you said, like a lot of time, what I'm getting from that is like just discipline yourself to dealing with your spouse out of love. So even though we might not agree about some certain things, it's still a certain tone and a certain way I can say it to you without, making you feel like down or feel like that I don't respect you or nothing, or I'm just a man and I'm gonna throw my words around. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's ways on both ends. You feel what I'm saying? But that was a good point though. Lee, what you feel like, man? Tell us why every day ain't smiles and Hallmark cards in marriage.
That's a good point.
Well, in my experience,
Turn yourself up a little bit for me, bro, or come closer to the mic.
in my experience, the the marriage that lasts, like my situation, for example, the opposite, man. So like this shit is hard a lot of the time, but it's good a lot of the time. So, like she balancing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not gonna be cool every day because sometimes we just gonna bump heads and we ain't gonna agree because like she feel how she feel and I feel how I feel. But we be like fucking keep it moving. Because you got to feel like we gotta kind of agree to disagree and keep it moving. Like if you with somebody that's just like you, that shit boring. That's not no way. If you don't keep you, it don't keep you engaged. Like, the way my wife pissed me off, like I can go from thinking about her being pissed off to thinking about her being cool in the same set of out. Just because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the day to day, like me and her, we clash, we different, bro. Like she just like to go. I like to know what the fuck we doing before we go.
That sounds like a yeah woman in the sense.
That's like the best way I can put it.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, but I've been married for 20 years, bro.
Man, congratulations, man, because it's a fight.
20 years.
Indeed.
It's definitely a fight. It's definitely a fight in it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Gotti, what you feel about measuring in marriage? You know what I mean? Like, how does that, do you feel like that affects marriage?
What you mean by measuring?
When I mean like measuring, like saying, well, I do this and I do most of this and you don't do this, or you know what I mean? Those type of things.
I don't like that shit. That shit kind of pissed me off because everything I do be out of love or I'm just thinking about you. Or I did this, I did that. I ain't keeping on track on it. Mm-hmm. So when they come back up as I did this for you and blah blah blah, it make you stop doing stuff for people. You know what I mean? I'll slack up on bringing you the roses or shit like that, or cooking for you, or doing little shit you didn't ask me to do. I'll slack up if you keeping tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
What you saying? You letting it be known. What's your name again, my boy?
Savage.
You got something you want to touch on that about?
What?
I said you got something you want to touch on that about?
Yeah, let me make sure I get the question again. Can you repeat the question? I ain't trying to be
like JJ measuring, like so like how does measuring affect marriage? Like, you know what I mean, when they come to basically keeping points, keeping tab on what they've done, you know what I'm saying?
I can only speak from my experience. but from my experience, that measuring stems from ego and pride.
Yeah.
Those are the two foundations for that thing to grow from, because it comes from comparison. You find yourself or your mate comparing each other to one another and not appreciating each other for one another and actually taking in what the other does for the other. It's instead of being positive, it's a glass half full, half glass empty type of situation where instead of looking to see what's not being done or looking to find fault in one's partner, you should look to find the perfectness, the actual highlights of this person. Because even though it might seem like in a relationship is meant for a person to do something for you, or for you to do something for a person, or for you to be responsible for this person and so forth, it's not. It might seem that it's automatic, but it's not. And for a lot of people, people can become jaded. They can feel jaded as to think that their efforts go unrecognized or that their efforts should be perceived as automatic or warranted just off the sake of being in that relationship with that person.
Mm.
That can become tiresome. That can become tiresome physically, mentally, emotionally, to a point where a person feels like Gotti said, like, hey, I'm gonna slow up on what I'm doing. I'm gonna take my foot off that gas and make you feel it, make you miss the fact that I'm doing it. But that's also toxic as well, because no
Man.
longer are you doing it out of love, you're doing it out of reciprocation.
Right. And you know what? That showed a good point because I was just studying some stuff the other day, like, you know what I mean, about the husband role and how they should operate when they in that frustrated mindset and stuff like that. And that was one of the things, like the biggest thing, like a lot of times people will do wrong or say some wrong stuff in an argument or whatever, and it just become distant for a while. You know what I'm saying? And try to get over it like that, which deteriorates it more, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. And I get it, we human, like sometimes you in the heat of the moment to where like, man, I ain't finna say nothing about that tonight because I'm finna go to sleep. I want to sleep on it so I can approach it the right way and say the right things and be effective with, you know, helping the person trying to understand where you was coming from and not, because a lot of people, I feel like in marriages especially, a lot of times people be listening to respond and not listening to understand. You know what I mean? And that's how most arguments get, you know, prolonged or they go longer than they supposed to, or this and that, because can't nobody hear nobody because everybody trying to make a point. So that's definitely not easy. It ain't easy as it sounds. Like you said, it takes some working on, some discipline. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's certain conversations that shouldn't be held in front of kids. We can go down to like it trickled down to the respect of children when it comes to either side or either spouse. You feel what I'm saying? So if I disrespect my wife in front of my kids, whether it's not curse words, but it's like the tone and the way that I say stuff, they may take that a certain way. They have, because they've spoken to me about it. You know what I mean? And I had to bite the bullet and take initiative to where I messed up and say, hey, I'm gonna try my best not to do that again. Now it's gonna always be disagreements and stuff like that, but they don't have to go to certain degrees. You know what I'm saying? Worse than the last one, or you know, the best thing, like try to say, is try to deal with them out of love. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that love gonna come off not so gentle. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come off not so gentle sometimes. So that's good note on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in marriages, we all know that it's time that finances don't be financing. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't be financing. How do you work through those tough times like that? You know what I'm saying? And audience, y'all can get in too. The women, y'all can get in and tap in from y'all
Got some comments, right?
feel on that too. What you say?
You got some comments?
Like 3.
Yeah, we got like 3 of them. It's 2 more coming in right now too. TikTok, what's up with it? I need some
Yeah, me, what's going on?
hands. Y'all know how to tap in with
What's happening, bro?
stars or something. What's good with you, Ashton?
Said, I'm going on 21 years doing this marriage thing. Yes, sir.
Man, congratulations.
Congratulations indeed.
For real, for real. And
we
hey, what's
all,
really going?
we
Look,
gonna homie. We all remember the phrase "steak in the child's face."
face.
Yeah. That's what you
Thanks.
told when you hear something your ass shouldn't have heard. Hey, don't say nothing about that.
Right, but see, but hey, in the same time though, that's where the situation become wrong yet though, because like it is the head not just
wrong shit.
not just of the household, but I'm saying not it's just of the household, but it's of the wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you tell the kid to stay in their place after you didn't expose it to them, they didn't ask it to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's like you can't fight that. You got to take some accountability and be like, okay, we need to have this conversation later on bedtime or when we by ourselves. Because a lot of times, like I said, that hurts the black culture for real. You know what I mean? I can say I'm a part of that. I didn't did that to where we didn't spoke and said things that we could have waited to say to each other on our own, opposed to like in front of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes frustration push you to the moments, but is it right? No. You know what I'm saying? So I just be trying to like correct myself. The best thing you could do, correct yourself, or you will lose yourself trying to correct somebody else. You see what I'm saying? In this marriage thing, I ain't gonna even lie to you. You know what I mean? What my boy? He got it. We already got that. But yeah, what y'all feel about that? What y'all feel about like that being important too? Like to that point, like, do you feel like certain conversations don't need to be in front of kids, or it's okay just because I'm the parent and mind your damn business because you're a kid?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Stop.
I'm not really per se gonna hold my tongue because you might be able to hear me. Like, I'm grown and you in my motherfucking house. So yeah, mind your motherfucking business.
So I remember we used to get sent to like go to your room. I'll go outside and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go outside, Lord's finna get crucial.
But y'all folks talking even on regular conversation, y'all go somewhere.
Yeah. But did you see that? Did you see that step they took though before they exposed it? Whatever they were finna talk about. Hey, y'all gone somewhere else. A lot of times in this day, in this era, it happened right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie. I'm a victim. I didn't did it before. It happened right there. You know what I'm saying?
I can say with my mom, it was only one time that I felt something was off.
You felt something was about to go down, or felt something was
it was already went down.
Say it with tension. Say it with tension in the building, huh?
Yeah, because when you used to kind of protecting your kids on that level right there, when something actually happened, where you affect the rules, affect the protection of the kids, and you know, the kids feel it. Like the kids do feel when something wrong. Because you know why they feel it? Because you get on their ass when something wrong.
Yeah, true.
Hey, my boy.
What you do, Mama? They gonna be like, what you do?
Look, he said that reminds me what the first is. Wrong.
Wrong.
Anthony, my boy, a fool. Hey, but Savage, man, what you feel about what I finna say? Like uplifting, like affirmation towards your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it is niggas out here that'll be, if you ain't giving an affirmation or uplifting verbiage, you know, it's the hello queen niggas out here and the hello king women out here. So how do you encourage husbands to you know, give affirmation and uplifting verbiage to their spouse?
Ultimately, your spouse is a reflection of you. Your spouse or your significant other, what they put out is what you put into them. Because if we're going by the actual standard of what is supposed to be done and how it should go. Each party should get the sense of appreciation and being wanted from said party. You feel me? Social media, everything else. There are a whole bunch of different avenues for people to get compliments, to feel appreciated, to feel this attention, to feel courted, to feel desired, whatever adjective you want to use in that standpoint, whatever you want to call it. There are many avenues to obtain this now, and the best thing, from my opinion, that you can do is, I know it sounds cliche, be the change that you want to be and make sure that she doesn't hear anything better when she walks out of the house before you say it to her.
Okay, let me find my horn.
That's a good point right there, man. Very good point. I want to go into another bulletin, but I know this junk gonna get a little bit deep. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Y'all keep it locked. You tuned into the H.O.G Podcast show. We're talking reality and marriage. We'll be right back.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed. I speak to the young and I speak to the youth. If it's not me, then I know it's not you. I'm thanking God cause I know I can't lose. I'm praying up so I figure my moves. I'm planning out lessons, I'm taking the quest. It's me versus me, don't know who the best. These words hitting hard, the center is chest. The crown is heavy for whoever is best. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Walking up slow, but I'm standing on business. A king with the crown, my queen be the witness. Mentally tough, you can't play with my fitness. I value my family, that be the richest. Hop out the whip and I'm blessed. Yes, I cannot deal with the mess. Stress, problems we get off our chest. Yes, God, he gon' carry the load, I'm blessed. Look to the cloud for my energy. Grandma, I feel for my enemies. I hope that you peepin' the synergy. I be a king till they preachin' my eulogy. How can I lose when I'm royalty? Bridges I'm burning, they came with no loyalty. Give me my flowers and feed me my grapes. I'm due for some women this morning.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Come on, man, you already know what the fuck it is, man. H.O.G the brand. I'm like, fuck they saying? Cheddar. Ayy, nobody coming close, I move just like a ghost. Almost wintertime. Should I hit them with the project or continue making moves? Let the spectators watch it. Can't overlook this shit, bitch. My grind too obvious. Spontaneous trips, landing on islands. Graduated, no more public housing. Bought a home, the young niggas clowning. Assets don't lead to regret. You better stack up your money and invest in some shit. Entertainer like MC Hammer.
Yeah. Welcome back to the H.O.G Podcast show. Y'all know what time it is. We talking the reality and marriage tonight. And when we come back from the break, we do the birthday shots out. I don't get nobody specifically tonight. I know you do, though, got it, because I seen Tay post somebody today. So shout out your people with the birthday in the comments. We'll be able to shout them out. If we did miss anybody that we don't know, they got a birthday right now. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to you. You muted, I think. Trey birthday, April the 10th. Big birthday shout out to Trey. You know what I'm saying? Trey turning. How are you gonna be turning? 14. He's gonna be the big 14. Stepping into that manhood. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he meet the mama, the grandma, and the great grandma. You know, before he get into their relationship. Or you know what I'm saying? You drop them. You gotta, you know. Cause it be tough out here, you know what I'm saying? Once you sow them seeds, it be over with, man. You get a taste of it, and you're out of there. I'm trying to wait till Lee come back before we dive back into the topics. But anyway,
hold on. Happy birthday to my little brother. You know, he was on the podcast before.
Yeah, shout out to you,
Junior. And shout out
Junior.
Tay. Tay's birthday is Sunday.
All right. She an Easter baby. She an Easter baby.
Yeah. All
right.
They're 1 year apart. Too.
Gonna always be some good cooking
They're
on her.
They're the same age for 1 day.
What?
Mm-hmm.
One day apart. So his birthday today, her birthday Sunday.
Yep.
That's what's up. Happy birthday to the both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
My time, yeah.
Yeah. You got any Lee Tanya said Trey birthday on the 10th. So yeah, he gonna be there 14. So shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But diving back into it though, man. Hey, the reality in marriage, like I said, them finances ain't gonna be financing all the time. Lee punch on us, man. Give us some game about what finances ain't finances, how you stay balanced as the head of that, you know, situation, and don't panic.
Honestly, I mean, it's really about playing your role regardless, bro. I mean, you gotta try to make ends meet by any means at the time. I mean, it's gonna be tough. I ain't gonna lie. I isolate myself from my family just so I don't say, speak on, I'm frustrated, I'm angry. Shit ain't going how I need it to go. I isolate myself so I don't talk crazy. I my mouth broke. And, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, we married and it's a money situation, and you a man, like, the last thing you want to do is lose the fact that you're a man. Because the man is still who everybody in the house looking to for guidance, for safety. You know what I'm saying? If your energy ain't the energy that they need to feel protected, yeah, all of that shit gets affected. And so for me, with the financial issues, I say the most important thing is just remain a man.
Yeah.
Understand that everything can be thought through and worked.
Man, good point. Stay grounded, man. What I get from what you said, stay grounded for sure. Hey, with all these stuff that you go through in marriage, with the sometimes the arguments, they go to different levels, and the derogatory statements can go to different levels. How do you realize, or how do you know that your spouse is not the enemy? You got it.
You would go with me on that.
Yeah, because you raised your eyebrow, so evidently you got something to say.
I got nothing to say. Oh damn! Shit, you two people working towards a common goal. That's pretty much in a nutshell, regardless of the situation, finances, or whatever. With that finances shit, I always feel like, man, that's kind of hard. That shit go to education, all type of shit, but not. First of all, not doing shit over your budget and shit. And sometimes, depending on these bills and how they're hitting in the economy, sometimes that shit just be spiking, and you do have to figure it out. You know what I mean? That's why it's always good to be a hustler of multiple capabilities.
But how does that relate to your spouse being an enemy, though?
Right?
The enemy? I went back to the finances part.
Yeah, I know. You double back.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said to realize that everybody's working towards a common goal. You know what I mean? Like they're not really the enemy. It might feel like it sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is rough.
Yeah.
Depending on how you talk to each other. Sometimes when finances have somebody's mind spiraling, you got to bring them back down some type of way.
Yeah.
Some type of way.
I get it.
You got coming.
Distributed missile and stuff.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it depends on the relationship that the kids see. If they know you love their mom or vice versa, they really don't care. They know y'all just talking. Facts. In a sense, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the language too, you know what I mean? You should realize that they're not they're not the enemy. The moment you walk down the aisle,
Wow. Yeah.
good facts. Good facts. Exactly.
It is. You did too.
Yeah,
you did too.
You should but you should know that before then, because like we said earlier in the conversation, that's how you go and meet that great grandma and mama and all of those different phases of that person that you're trying to call yourself being long term with, so you can access the defects or the imperfections, so that you can know, hey, is this something that I'm gonna be able to tolerate? Am I gonna be able to deal with this in a loving way? In the way that the law say that I'm supposed to live, do as a husband? Am I gonna be able to? Yeah, it's gonna be. Hey, they ain't tell you before you get married. They can't even tell you that. They cancel it. They ain't gonna tell you, hey, you gonna get in this many arguments. You gonna get in 357 arguments. You know what I'm saying? They can't depict it. So even, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta dissect that thing early. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get up in there early. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
I mean, as much as possible. I mean, sometimes it ain't possible. You just gotta know what you know.
Right. You got to get all the way up in that joint. You got to dissect the whole situation. Hey, coming to that, right? Being married to someone that's attractive, or, you know what I'm saying, looking at a person just because they are attractive, you know, and considering them that person, how could that affect, you know, marriage? You know what I'm saying?
Whew.
Being married to a person that's attractive, but then, you know, you get with that person and then y'all deal with each other so ugly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's a beautiful person, but man, when we go through our little thing, man, she can say some stuff, boy. Like women in general, they know how to cut. You know what I'm saying, with them words. So how important do you feel that is as a man that choose the woman? You know, to don't just look at what attract, like the attraction, like the physical attraction, I would say.
What about
What happens to a house? What happens to a house?
Heavy ass.
With a bad foundation.
What you said, bro?
I said, what happens to a house with a bad foundation?
What happens to a house with bad mouth?
That's what you compare marrying a pretty motherfucker. Because if all she is a pretty motherfucker, boy, you can get your ass took down through that.
What about the other side? Because there's the other side where you've been together, right?
Yeah.
And then they start doing less, like feeling unattractive and blah blah blah. But you love them to death. You ain't no difference if they go up in weight, down in weight. Don't fucking matter. You love them to death. But the way they treat you or act towards you start changing because of how they feel about themselves. Oh, I'm big. You looking at that? I'm like, I'm looking at you. I'm still smacking that ass every time you walk by. But you don't like yourself though, and it's not a relationship.
So you basically saying you ain't showed that your affection and your love towards her ain't never changed. It's been consistent. But on her side, they do change.
Yeah, because how they feel about themselves. Oh, I gained a couple of pounds, so now I'm not kissing you, I'm not laying under you, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm calling out a pretty girl walking by. Oh, she's pretty. I'm like, well, what you want me to look at her?
What you telling me?
I feel like that's more of a personal. I feel like that's more of a personal problem with that person. I feel like that's more of a personal problem with that person if you haven't initiated anything like that can link to that, like them feeling that way. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never told her like, "Hey, I don't like how you look," or "You got dents in your booty," or you know what I mean? You know, if you ain't never told her not like that, you know, I think that's a more personal, like, and I ain't gonna even just link it to insecureness, but that's definitely probably one of the elements something that was there before y'all got together type thing.
No, because I done been there with my ex-wife, right? So she was not so intimate and shit like that. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Hey man, what's going on?
Yeah.
I feel big and blah 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 blah. I'm supporting everything to get you back small so you can get your shit back together because I'm still here every day seeing you as how I see you.
Yeah.
So when you get back small, that's when you're gonna start acting. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, what we doing?
Absent intimacy could definitely cause a problem in marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's a equal playing field, like on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But the moment when we pull back, we ain't never. First of all, I don't give a damn how big or skinny a person is. A man, he gonna always want that thing. He ain't finna be. Yeah, he ain't want it all. I feel this way. I got a bird bill. I don't want none for 3 months.
Right? Ain't got no shame.
Nah, I want that thing every night. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. To each his own. I know women operate mentally different than we do. You know what I'm saying? And just got to come to a compromise or try to understand it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like being committed, man. Understanding is a big part of being committed for real.
What that? Ooh.
Looks fade, weeds fall off, laughs get lost, breasts fall, booties deflate, beauty inside remains the same as long as you don't poison it.
Wigs fall off.
Always throw something in there. I got a solution for it.
I got a couple things. Hey, I want to get into
those looks don't matter no more.
Right.
Because after we've been married for about 5 or 6 years, your looks don't matter no more.
You can pull it down, bro.
Like it and I'm just speaking personally, your looks don't matter no more. Because if y'all are like what we said, two people striving to accomplish a common goal, then that's superficial shit. That should be out the window.
Yeah.
So we can't have an intellectual, articulate conversation about what we got going on, so we can get here, so we can get from point A to point B without all these motherfucking bumps and bruises and shit. We can't do that. Like, that's the type of shit that matters in a fucking marriage, not how big her ass is. And she can lose that motherfucking gain that bitch back 2 or 3 times.
Thanks, though. I ain't gonna lie though. In my mindset, like that do matters. Like how like to me that always matter, and simply because you're a representation of me too. And not that, like you said, you can't, your body go through changes, especially when women have babies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It can go through a lot of different changes and stuff like that. But now I need you to stay motivated to be who you was when I first met you. You know what I'm saying? So looks do matter, because I don't want you to get comfortable and lose yourself, and then you start feeling some type of way mentally, and then sometimes they can push a man away emotionally from you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, I'm telling you, this ain't no problem. You know what I mean? But you can't just let yourself go, either or. You know what I'm saying? And you should have enough courage to be able to say, hey, yeah, babe, we can work on this without being like derogatory or saying it in a way to make a person feel less than or, offended. You just say, hey, babe, let's do these juices, or hey, babe, let's go on a couple walks, or let's go to the gym or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be to keep each other motivated to feel up to par. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta compliment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta compliment. Accountability. Accountability. We all go through life changes or images, whatever. But the things your mate do or say to add onto your insecurity matters. Facts. Yep. In a sense. But I think you fellas know where I'm going with this. Now, of course. Hey, but in certain relationships, you have a way that we got that one already, right?
No, that's the last.
You don't have to tell someone that they don't look attractive anymore, or the things about him you don't like. Your actions will show them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you feel like that a person ain't this or that no more, I get that. In a sense, you got a good point there. SC gang, you got a good point right there, man. Now, hey, let's get into the submission, right? And this ain't just towards women, man. This is it's because it's some things that it's some laws after the submission part, right? So, uh, the nowadays, the right now era, you know what I'm saying? Where women, I won't submit unless he provides this, that, whatever it may be. It might be money. You the man, so you supposed to do this. You supposed to provide for this. You supposed to protect for this. You supposed to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, in a word, in the way that marriage is supposed to be ordained, that was never said. That was never said that you only submit when he don't have a attitude, when he don't have a slick mouth, when he don't, you know what I mean? It just say submit. It don't say nothing about nothing additional. You know what I'm saying? So let's dive into that part of it. What y'all think defines submission in marriage?
Compromise and submission are synonymic in this sense. You can't have either without the other, especially in marriage, because the same. I guess when people say submit, they think of the power exchange.
Right.
It's not just power exchange. It's are you willing to put yourself or put your willfulness on hold for your spouse for that moment or for a certain amount of time, need or whatever. Can you accept less, willfully accept less to give someone else more and be happy with it? If you can do that, you'll be rewarded with a healthy, long-term, long-lasting marriage, because you can't go 100% one way all the time. Excuse me, I ain't trying to be too vulgar, but all the time you gotta have.
Speak this unfiltered. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta. One hand washes the other. One, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So many ways of putting it. So many cliches, but it's all rooted in the same thing, like give and take, yin and yang. It's just give and take. That's what it is.
So
take, what do you give?
So do y'all feel like the woman is the only one to submit?
Hell no.
Hell no.
So who does
Hell no.
So who does the man? So who does the man submit to?
The wife.
Fuck. The family. The household.
Hey,
nigga.
So
everything.
Look, that was some good answers and good feedback. But the thing is this though, like the man should submit to God.
They both submit to God.
God, yeah, they both. But the man definitely supposed to submit to God in order to keep that in order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, submission, it ain't like it's a two-way street in a sense. It ain't just about the power tripping and stuff like that. But in black culture, I feel like we kind of like abuse that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said earlier in the conversation, we operate in a natural mind state when it comes to our marriages instead of the spiritual. You know what I mean? And like I said, we humans, we gonna do that. You gonna operate in natural ways. You gonna have conversations in the natural, you know what I'm saying? But like from the spiritual perspective, yeah, it should be some him submitting to God so he'll understand what he needs to do to keep you in submission with him. You feel what I'm saying? And that ain't no control or power. That's minus control and power. You know what I'm saying? Because providing ain't just money. You know what I'm saying? Providing ain't just this and that. There could be knowledge. There could be direction. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different elements to that.
And it can't be that submission. It can't be that submission to you feels like, oh, I got to kiss your ass. That ain't submission.
Yeah.
Some women feel like that. Like, I got to kiss your ass.
That's not
Everything you do, I
compromising.
got. Nah, I ain't say
Or,
kiss
or,
my
or,
ass.
or like it's forced or something, you mean?
Yeah, it's like I'm not allowed to have no opinion.
What y'all feel like since we talking about this too, like and like you said, like the reality in marriage, everything ain't always bad, everything ain't always good. As a man though, when it comes to those arguments and stuff like that and disagreements or like battles like that you have that's brought upon you by the enemy, like as a man, how do you put the mind over matter method? How do you put that in the forefront at all times?
That's a very good point. Men only submit to a submissive woman.
Speaking of mic for me.
I was reading the comment that men only submit to a submissive woman, and just acknowledging the fact that that's absolutely true.
Yes,
you can't have a over imposing amount of dominance from either side without
because of the rate.
You gotta balance. You gotta have a balance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's from both parties of accepting and submitting.
And that's why I just feel like if you don't,
it's just like strippers. They ain't bouncing one cheek; they bouncing both of them equally.
I feel like you're equally yoked, but I feel like in a marriage, like if you ain't dealing, the more you not deal with each other out of love, is the quicker that marriage is gonna fail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a good point on there. But back to the jump that I was just saying though, how much do you feel a man should, use the mind over matter when it comes to like, cause you the person that's in charge of, how conversations may go or whatever, you know what I mean? You kick stuff off or you put stuff in order. So how much do you feel putting your mind over matter in every situation matters within the marriage, man?
That's like you gotta do that every day. That's an everyday thing.
That's a lifetime thing. That's constant. Yeah. That's not just for relationship. That's an everyday life.
Yeah. It's definitely an everyday thing, like and outside the marriage, but the topic we talking about marriage tonight. So in marriage, I feel like they can help in a lot of different ways when it comes to, not always want to be heard and stuff too. Cause sometimes, I get like this. Sometimes you get so caught off in your frustration that you trying to get your point across and you ain't even heard nothing that the other person said. You know what I mean? And you feel stupid later. You sit down and be like, damn, I jumped the gun on this. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, if they think the same way you think, they're gonna take that same self-discipline and check themselves. Like, nah, I should have just stopped right here. It ain't about just shutting up. It ain't just about, you know what I mean? That's the parts of the submission where people feel like I'm a man, I'm the man. You shut your mouth when I say shut your mouth. Nah, it ain't that. But it's times when you should know when to speak and how to speak and tone wise and all of that. And what do y'all feel about triggers? Like triggering, like say for instance, it might be something that you explain to your spouse, like, hey, when you do this, it take me here. You feel what I'm saying? What do y'all feel about those trigger points and how they respected in your marriage or in marriages, period?
Calmness. Like if you don't want calmness, you'll go to trigger. Hey, this bothers me, right? If I say this 2, 3, 4 times, it bothers me. So 5, 6, 7, 8 times, you're doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you doing it to get a reaction instead of doing it like peaceful, going about it peacefully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You causing a ruckus. You want it. It's like you feeding off of it in some type of way.
It's like a Family Guy episode.
You know what I
trying
mean?
to get a rise out of me.
But what time? Yeah, that happens like multiple times in a situation, like you just said. Like I already told you 2 or 3 times like this. So at what point is the limit? Do you ever feel that respect should lead a man to where he want to say, hey, I'm done with this situation. I want to walk away. I want a divorce.
I did that. So I did that for like 8 years or so. Like repeating myself. I feel like a certain amount of years, I shouldn't be repeating myself because it feels like, hey, we brand new now. You don't know me.
So what was the measures you took within them 8 years that you felt like that you was patient and stuff like that? What was the measures that you took to make sure that you was doing everything you needed to do before exit?
Speaking about it, talking about it, saying it, verbalizing it, not keeping it to myself, not reacting, keeping it to myself or going off the deep end, speaking it. Hey, like I'm big on I'm quiet. I process information and give me time to process information so I can come back or just show you. But I'm gonna verbalize some shit so you understand how I'm gonna react. I'll say that too. You want to get loud? You do realize I get way louder than you, right? So what we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing? Just talk to me. What's up?
Let me see. Say love is an important, and honesty it's as important as honesty and loyalty. I'm just saying. Yeah, you factual about that though. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that you ain't right about that. It is. And if it, but it's hard to understand like how to come off in a loving way when you ain't practiced that too though. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we living in a natural with the marriage a lot of times. Like I feel like it's a lot of mates out here that ain't even really studied what the requirements that come with these titles. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because if we did, it'd be less divorces. It'd be more, you know what I'm saying? It'd be more understanding and stuff like that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a good point. Just relating back to like keeping the mind over matter and whatever you do, it ain't gonna be every day she gonna wake up and have a nice subtle sound or come to you in a genuine way, even though the law say that's how we should deal with each other, you know. And it's the same thing on the mandate on my side. Like I ain't gonna come in all the time with the way you want to hear stuff, but it's effective what I'm trying to do when I'm communicating. When a nigga stop communicating, that's when there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? On either side, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to push a woman or the dude to not communicate because then there's too much space left in between that can ruin things. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
that.
Playground right there. When y'all ain't communicating to you, idle mind. That's the devil's playground.
Right.
Yeah, that's the devil's playground. You got a spouse, y'all ain't communicating. You gotta be weary of that because that's where the devil play at. He's gonna play on her mind. He's gonna have her thinking, oh, he ain't getting it from me, so he must be getting it from somewhere. That's how the devil play.
Man. And like he said, like, okay, like this comment right here, he said, and keep family out the marriage. Keep family out your marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's a key pointer right there because a lot of people leave a situation because of what other people may think or may say about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like any advice outside of spiritual advice when it comes to marriage is really nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you've been married and not married no more or you in a relationship and stuff like that, you really shouldn't speak like to a person or get them any type of advice unless it's a spiritual type of advice or some positive. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be the first go-to. Oh, girl, he called you out your name or he said something you ain't like or he operate like this. You should go divorce him. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like this. So that's facts. What's in your house should stay in your house. Facts. What's in your house should stay in your house. Yeah, your family business should be your family business. Unless it's something like extremely like dangerous or something like that, you know what I'm saying? To where it lead to physical harm or something like that. And I can see, you know, reaching out. But other than that, it shouldn't be.
I was just about to say that. Like I was just about to say that. She took the word right out of my mouth. Like you don't need to give marriage advice. That ain't nobody's name.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like pray for their relationship.
Yeah.
Because nowadays people you can't trust people.
Right.
And if you in a vulnerable situation, because a lot of people if they seek other people, they're in a vulnerable situation with their marriage, with their relationship, and you tell them something that you think gonna work, and then it ruin the whole situation. So don't get marriage advice, and you really don't need to be giving no motherfucking marriage advice, and your ass ain't married. Cause that shit have me 38 hot, bro. I see all these single ass motherfucking dudes coming talking algorithm and reels and shit, talking about women and talking about marriage and shit. And they ain't married and they ain't got no woman.
Right.
Man, shut your ass the fuck up.
But like you said though, the better way to deal with it, especially even from the husband or the the husband or the wife's perspective. Sometimes, like when you in them binds, or you feel like you can't get no point across, or you can't talk, or it ain't happening in a healthy way. That's the thing too. Go is lay it before God and go and talk to God about it. You know what I'm saying? And let Him know that hey, I need help with this. You know what I'm saying? I need help getting through this part of it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when you in that natural mind state, you ain't thinking about that. You ain't trying to operate in the spiritual when you heated. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you said, though, lead back to the enemy, though. The enemy, man, the devil don't like families. He don't like unity and stuff like that. So that's what it lead back to.
It's love.
Don't communicate when you're upset. Revisit the conversation after everyone has calmed down. Also, don't text when you're mad, because texting I already come off bad. I just don't like people that text and get like aggressive in texts, because you never know how to take a text. So you're right about that, because you will filter it through you. Emotions. What's that? He said through your emotions, and read in a negative condensation. Real talk. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, yeah, when you text and when you mad, a motherfucker get mad and write you 2 paragraphs. And write a whole essay. Like, man, I ain't finna go through all that reading and stuff like that. Then you go through it and you go back with just as much a longer paragraph than she wrote.
Oh, damn.
You feel what I'm saying? What he said? He said, or you can't be Steve Harvey on your 25th wife trying to tell you how to have a good marriage.
Thank you, bro. Like, for real.
He said 25. Is it that high? The number that high? I gotta do some research on that. I gotta do some research on that. Is it really that high?
No. I think like 4, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like, I don't really know. These celebrity dudes, man. I definitely don't pay no attention. They fucking married. You see these fake deals and you say them anyway.
Yeah.
That's myself.
Savage back in the building.
Oh yeah, I'm coming to go ahead and wish bid farewell to the podcast. This has been very enlightening and very refreshing to be able to speak openly about such pertinent topics.
Yeah,
pretty dope. I will be returning eventually one day.
Come on back.
Very under the influence and very influential.
Yeah.
I wish y'all all prosperity and peace. I'm about to go to sleep. Y'all and y'all families, man. Y'all take care of everybody.
Yeah, you too. Have a blessed night, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Keep in mind, audience, it is 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning over there in Germany.
3:20. Yeah.
Y'all went back?
Yeah, we back at 7.
Yeah. Okay.
7 hours apart.
So y'all 3:20.
Yeah, in the morning.
Not 4:20. It's 3:20 a.m. Hard work and dedication.
In the morning.
Look, hard work and dedication. That's what they represent when you up at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we got to put into these marriages. You know what I'm saying? Like hard work and dedication. Sometimes, them hard work and dedication.
Sacrifice and done. Yes, that's that nip.
Right. Might not come off appreciated sometimes, but just know you always appreciate it from both sides, the husband and the woman. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get past the enemy or that thought or they conscience that make you feel like you don't need that person when you're not already married with that person, that's already confusion. That should be confusing enough for you to understand that we not the enemy. We ain't against each other. Everything we do, because you can talk shit and say whatever you want to say, but you gonna get if you gotta fix that personal plate or take them to the emergency room, whatever it may be, you gonna suck it up and go do it.
The team is the team, damn it. And me and you is the team.
Right.
Shit.
So any closing remarks, man? Closing remarks. What you got, Gotti? I'm gonna go last this time.
Damn. I had something too. Go ahead, Lee. I'm trying to remember what I had in my too.
Oh man. The reality is, man, I think I echo how I started. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the coward, it ain't for the ungodly. You gotta be patient. If you don't have patience, you gotta learn patience. I mean, that shit gotta be like 24, 365, 7 days, 3 type of deal to get it. Watch what you say. Fuck what you say. Watch what you do. Understand that somebody outside of your relationship trying to tell you what's going on in your relationship 9 times out of 10. You need to move on from this whole situation. And I think I just closed it out with this. Like, keep God first in your marriage. And understand what your place is in your marriage. Whether you really know, understand what your place is. You don't know nothing else to do. Stand.
Dopeness. That's what's up, man.
You want the ring and the queen and the king, it's gonna take some sacrificing.
That's your closing remark, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. My closing remark to the reality in marriage would be its benefits in dealing with your marriage in a spiritual mindset opposed to a natural, you know what I'm saying? Because when we be in the natural, we get confused and then we go down roads that ain't really meant for us to go down. So that's my advice to it. We ain't got nothing else to say. We're going to tap in next week. Y'all know how we do it every Friday, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned with us. Keep it locked. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got another comment. He said, in marriage, it's also the little things that count. What is $100,000 earrings without the $2 facts?
Lost.
Big facts, man. Appreciate that, gang. Appreciate that content. What you tapping in with us. Appreciate Smacker. Tuning in as a co-host with CEO.Gatti out there tonight, man. Appreciate Lee for the feedback. Appreciate everybody that was in the comments. You know what I'm saying? The hogs and the hog gets. We go out like we came in. Y'all know what that is, man. Prayed up.
Tape it up.
Yeah.
Hold up, man.
Yeah. All right. We out of there. Peace.
What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? I say pray, I'm peppered, ain't no pole, that's a mo. I stay pray, I'm peppered, ain't no pole, that's a mo. I stay pray, I'm peppered, ain't no pole, that's a mo. I stay pray, I'm peppered, ain't no pole, that's a mo. You know auntie mama thumbing up, it's H.O.G we coming up. They like, subscribe and share. And it's about time we run these numbers up. Ain't nobody coming with the topics and the fly hitting. They been trying to duplicate the show. I guess they in they feelings. We don't care. Impact over license, how we do it here. Come and get some gamers internationally spitting here. Minnesota and the Kansas, we got ties in Germany. Guests from Pakistan and Singapore, they rock with H.O.G. Like, subscribe.